For the Betfair Chase, they're headed by Coneygree, undefeated over fences, including that memorable victory as a novice in the Cheltenham Gold Cup, returning from a long layoff. The admirable, redoubtable Q Card seeking a third victory in this race, one of the most popular horses in training. Irish Cavalier, who beat Q Card and Manora last time in the Charlie Hall at Wetherby. Rebecca Curtis and Jonathan Moore team up. The hope for Scotland, see you at midnight. A thorough stayer, been well back today for Sandy Thompson and Brian Hughes, who's riding more winners than anyone at present. Noel Feely with his old friend Silviniaco Conti, trained by the champion trainer Paul Nicholls, again twice a winner of this race. And adding a little Gallic spice to the race, Emmanuel Cléeur's Vezelay, one of France's best steeplechasers, Felix de Giles in the saddle. Many glorious moments for Q Card, and some of them here at Haydock Park. And Colin Tizard is with me now. Colin, how do you feel going into today's race relative to coming into the race, say, this time 12 months ago?
Well, actually, I'm quite calm. I've been sat on a motorway for 2 hours in a traffic jam.
Oh dear.
I've read the paper. I feel absolutely relaxed. I think the horse is in real cracking form. It's a lovely small field. The ground. There was a time we'd have worried about the ground, or everyone else would have, but he's run on this ground and probably has his best ground now, so everything's fine.
And you slightly missed your...
Lynch touched on it. He said we're getting towards clever cookie territory in the King George when it went extremely soft, and a horse with loads to find on the book went off at about 4-1. It's the same story with See You at Midnight. I'd love to see him run a blinder. It's a tremendous story, not just for Coneygree, but for See You at Midnight as well. The deeper the ground, the better for him. He is another interesting jumper. He doesn't leave much margin for error. No. He's quick and aggressive. So this is a wonderful race, full stop. But the subplots and the tactical elements and the jumping equations make it a spellbinder.
Can we rule out Irish Cavalier on the ground, Graham?
Well, never say never, but I think he has much more on than at Wetherby. He's worse off with Q Card for a start, and this ground is very different. Simon, this is going to be a humdinger of a Betfair Chase.
Yes, a mouth-watering renewal of the Betfair Chase, the first leg of the Jockey Club's £1 million bonus. Any horse that can win this, the King George and the Cheltenham Gold Cup, £1 million up for grabs. Coneygree to the fore, as expected here, the 2015 Cheltenham Gold Cup winner on his return to action after just over a year off the track. And Coneygree is going to lead them away from the stands on the long run to the first fence. Silviniaco Conti in the pink jacket is just second on the outside of See You at Midnight. Q Card tucked away on the inside of Irish Cavalier, and then the French raider Vezelay is held up by Felix de Giles in last place as they head into the back straight. And Coneygree, who has a flawless jumping ability, usually he can be an impeccable jumper. Let's see how he takes the first fence. See You at Midnight in second. Silviniaco Conti, also a very good jumper on the outside. Normally Irish Cavalier very wide of Q Card, and then Vezelay. So Coneygree already 4 lengths clear, maybe 5, going towards the second. Over fluently from See You at Midnight. Silviniaco Conti, Q Card on the inside, Irish Cavalier, and a gap back to Vezelay. Another plain one coming up. Coneygree and Richard Johnson. You could see Richard was on a good stride going into that fence, and the horse flew over from See You at Midnight and Brian Hughes in the black-yellow sash. Silviniaco Conti, the dual winner, dual King George winner as well, on the outside. And then on this near side, Q Card, then Irish Cavalier. Let's have a close-up look as Coneygree heads towards the open ditch at the end of the back straight. Tremendous jump over the ditch there from Silviniaco Conti, and then Q Card, and now they're about to swing left-handed. So absolutely foot perfect so far. Coneygree, as ever, 5 out of 5 over fences, including the biggest prize in the sport. Silviniaco Conti in second. He jumped with his usual elan over in Down Royal on his comeback, though no match there for Vezelay. In third, Q Card on the inside. Then from See You at Midnight, Irish Cavalier, the Charlie Hall winner, out wide of Vezelay, a winner 6 times at France's premier jumping course at Auteuil in Paris, as they head towards the next. And Coneygree, Silviniaco Conti on the outside, Q Card far side. Then See You at Midnight. They're now heading towards another open ditch. Coneygree by about Card, a length and a half, 2 lengths to Silvagnaco Conti. The pair racing wide apart, jumping very accurately there. Q Card on the inside. And then See You at Midnight, Vezelay and Irish Cavalier as they draw towards the end of their first circuit. And Coneygree and Silvagnaco Conti as they now run to what will be the last after another circuit. Q Card over on the inside under Paddy Brennan. When does he press the button here as they go towards this one? Coneygree, clever, got it close but came up really well for Johnson. Q Card on the inside, Silvagnaco Conti, Noel Feely. Then again to See You at Midnight, Irish Cavalier and Vezelay. So a circuit left to cover in the Betfair Chase. These top-class staying chasers heading left-handed now away from the stands, and it's Coneygree, who became the first novice to win the Gold Cup since Captain Christie in 1974, leading the way to Q Card in second, arguably unlucky not to win at Cheltenham in March, coming down at the third last when just having taken up the run-in. Silvagnaco Conti on the outside. The time at the halfway stage just fractionally slower than in recent years, but on deeper ground this year, so it's probably not a bad pace. And we saw in the fixed brush hurdle race how tiring conditions can be here. Coneygree stretching down to the next, a great jump. Silvagnaco Conti on the outside, Q Card on the near side. Vezelay has made some ground into fourth. Then See You at Midnight maybe just toiling a bit, and Irish Cavalier also has plenty to do now, and the tap being turned on down the back straight by the top three here, and it's Coneygree, Q Card and Silvagnaco Conti, the two race specialists, second and third, as they approach the next. Coneygree shortens up again. He's such a clever jumper. Q Card on the near side, within a length now, going well. Silvagnaco Conti is third, then Vezelay on towards the next, over this one, and not too much between Coneygree and Q Card on landing there. And now on to the final open ditch in the back straight, the last in the back straight. It's an open ditch. Coneygree, Q Card has to shorten into that. Jumped it well enough though, followed by Silvagnaco Conti. See You at Midnight has been pulled up. That's disappointing. He was well backed, and Irish Cavalier is really struggling in the ground and has dropped off them. And it's Coneygree and Q Card who are beginning to get away. Silvagnaco Conti's unable to go with them at the moment. The French horse Vezelay is running really well and goes up on Silvagnaco Conti's inside. Back with the leaders here. Coneygree on the left, Q Card on the right, and then Vezelay into third. Silvagnaco Conti is beaten. They head down towards the final four fences. Brennan drawing alongside on Q Card. Coneygree now just gets a shake of the rein, and Q Card is in front with over three fences still to jump, and Q Card bidding for his third Betfair Chase. Coneygree coming under pressure in second, the rest well strung out. Vezelay now looking tired. Here's the final open ditch. Q Card, he soars over from Coneygree trying to rally. Vezelay and Silvagnaco Conti's very weary indeed in these very arduous conditions in the heavy ground. It is Q Card, Coneygree, he'll keep on galloping. Here's two out, Q Card, a good jump. Coneygree with 6 lengths to make up now. In second place, Brennan steals a half glance. Surely he's got it won again. It's Q Card who races down to the final fence at Haydock with another Betfair Chase at his mercy, and he's over safely. It's Q Card now off the run-in, less than a furlong to cover. Coneygree's run well in second on his comeback run, but it's Q Card, the best staying chaser in Britain last season, storming up the run-in to win his third Betfair Chase. Q Card and Paddy Brennan past the line clear of Coneygree. Brennan saluting the crowd. Vezelay ran a terrific race in third, then Silvagnaco Conti across the line in fourth place, looking down the track. Irish Cavalier and See You at Midnight both pulled up. They look all right. And just as 12 months ago, Q Card has improved a bundle for his run in the Charlie Hall Chase at Wetherby, reasserting his position as the best staying chaser in Britain here at Haydock this afternoon.